Good morning. Well, it's good morning for me here in Australia on a Sunday morning, and I'm up really early. Yesterday I saw these gorgeous little paper ornaments posted on the Demonstrator Planning Place Facebook page by Celine. She also posted a copy of the YouTube tutorial by Jana's Paper Dreams. So I had a look at that. The tutorial was in German, and a lot of people were asking for an English version of the tutorial. So I fell in love with these ornaments and thought I would give it a go of trying to make them. And then once I got the hang of it, I thought, well, why not do the tutorial for people that were asking it in English. And I can't thank Jana enough, and Celine for that matter, for posting these beautiful creations. So to get started to make this ornament, I've got a 10 centimeter square piece of cardstock. You could also do it 4 inches for those of you that use imperial. The most important thing about this is that you need it to be absolutely square. So regardless of your size, it needs to be square. It can't be off on either side. And I'm going to use the Star of Light set and some Coastal Cabana just to put some star patterns onto the cardstock. You can probably hear my assistant off to the side. Hopefully she won't join us. She does like to be helpful. So when you're happy with your pattern, that's all your stamping done. So now we're going to start doing our folding, or in this case, because it's cardstock for the start, I'm going to score. So let's just get that lined up. You want to make sure that you get your corners absolutely lined up with the little groove there. And then you're going to score. And you're going to do that on both the diagonals. And then you are also going to do that straight through the middle. Now I cut mine 10 centimeters because my trimmer is in metric, but if yours is in imperial, if you do 4 inches, you can just line up with one of the grid marks to get it straight and score. And repeat in the other direction. So then you have your cardstock with your score lines. You might be able to see them better that way. There you go. So you're going to fold and burnish all of these. Making sure that you line up your corners. So we've got everything scored and burnished. Now this is where, when you're making a cardstock one, it does get a little bit trickier or fiddlier, because the cardstock is a heavier weight. When you come to do your next lines, I couldn't work out a measurement to do it with the scorer, so you still need to fold. If you hold flat on one side and press up, what you need to do is, holding it down with the point there, line up your cardstock, and I found if I score this side down here first and then go up towards the point, and if it's not folding nice, I just go on the inside and do that. So you can definitely do it, it's just that it's a little bit fiddlier than folding with the paper. So what I'm going to do now is make one with the designer series paper, because it will just be a little bit quicker to do in terms of these secondary folds. So here I am with my designer series paper, and this is the Joyous Noel specialty paper because it's got the pretty foil on it, which I thought would be really cool for these. So now if I do that same process, you can see it's actually a lot easier to do with the paper because it's not as heavy a weight. You still want to make sure you get a nice point at the top. It's just a little bit easier to do. So we're going to work our way around. If you lift the edge, you can scoot your paper right in here. You sort of push it in so it goes right to the edge, and then just making sure the angle's right. Score it so that you get a nice crisp point. And you're going to work around folding towards the center for every corner. You can use, if you've got fingernails, you can use your fingernail just to hold the point down, and that helps you get that line as well. The other way, like I said, if you flip that up when you're folding in, make sure you get a nice snug fit in through here. Okay, so now, pretty sure I've done all of them. So now the next thing is, this is the basis of our ornament there. We're going to put tape on the side here, and then we're going to tape that down. So I'm going to use the two-sided tear tape for that. just trim it right along the edge of your paper or cardstock. Okay. I always rub over my tape with my bone folder so that it gets a nice connection to the paper. So that's ready now. The key to these ornaments is also to have an element that has got some weight in it. So in this case I used one of the snowflake trinkets. I'm going to use one of these so all the copper blends in nicely. So you just need to poke a hole right in the middle where all of your score marks are crossing over. And I'm going to use copper thread to do this. So I'm going to do it double, so I'm going to do about 60 centimeters or 24 inches. And pop that through, and then secure it by just tying, and then we're going to thread this through the hole that we pierced. There we go. So it's going to hang out the bottom. Now, just so that this holds well and doesn't pull through, what I'm actually going to do is just get a little bit of normal sticky tape. Just going to pull these apart and pop a little bit of tape just in the centre there. So it's just going to give that a little bit more secureness in there. Right, so now we're going to start putting it all together. So we need to peel off our backing. We're going to push down where that fold is and bring the two sides together so that we get a nice point. And then just run your finger in along the edge, which is easy to do on the first two folds. We're going to go to the one directly opposite. Remove our tear tape again. Push down in the middle. Get that together. So I'm just on one side, I'm putting my finger down and then pressing. This is where it gets a little bit more fiddly doing the next ones. It's exactly the same principle though. So we're going to push down in the middle and join. It's just a little bit trickier to get your finger inside, so I'm going to use my bone folder on this one just to squish along the edge a bit. Just make sure I pop that out. So you can see it's taking shape. Now with your thread or twine, you just need to pop it to one side so that will be in the center when we do the last piece here. So take the last piece off. You're going to push in with the fold. So that it folds almost like right back in on itself. Just be really careful with your tape at the moment, because you almost want it to stick to your finger as opposed to the cardstock, because you want to be able to fold the other side in as well. Get your nice point happening at the top. And once you've got that happening, you can press down, and this is where it's a little bit tricky because you can no longer get anything inside there to press your edges together. So I'm just going to do that really gently with my fingers. And there we have it. So we've got our little ornament with our embellishment at the bottom. We've got our twine out the top. And I'm also going to put one of the Merry Merlot and copper bows on here. I saved you the torture of watching me make this bow. I'm a little bit bow challenged and very pedantic about how they look, so I didn't want to put you through that. I'm just going to use a glue dot to pop that on. Pick whatever side you think you like the pattern on best. And I'm just going to pop it right near the top. And then with the rest here, I'm just going to tie them together at the top. Pull that as close to the top as I can, because that's what we'll use to hang up on the tree. There we have our Merry Merlot one and our pool party snowflake ornament. So they're actually not too tricky to make once you get the hang of it and know where you're doing your folds. So for all of those people that were asking for an English version of Jana's Paper Dreams ornaments, I hope this one helps you make these, because I think these are just gorgeous. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.